Okay, so now let's discuss about another data type, another type of object called vectors. A vector is something that we do not normally see in certain programming constructs or normal programming. Okay, so what does vectors do actually? Um, well, vector, as mentioned here, it's useful for categorical data, and one thing is very important that when you are saying categorical data, categorical doesn't mean necessarily discrete data. So when we have discrete data, I'm not talking about number, let's say, in a discrete way, if we are talking about number, that's it's very huge range. Okay, 1 2 3, right? So it could we can extend it till practically till infinity. Sorry, not practical, theoretically till infinity. But the categorical data are the categories. Basically categories are finite in number of occurrence. Okay, so it's like the data itself could be the length of the vector would be large, but the category that it uses inside them, the number of categories would be small. Here you can see that there is a factor, and uh, yes, yes, no, yes. These are basically value of this x factorial vector. So it prints the value and prints the label as well. Now this label is no and yes. So there are basically only two types of data in this vector. That's what essentially this label thing means. Okay. And when we are using table with this x, so what does table gives? It gives us very interesting result. It gives us that each uh, categorical output, how much time it occurred in your given vector. So number of occurrences of each categorical output is given by table. Okay. Now there is another command called unclass. You can unclass this x. So it, after unclassing it, it will return a basically non-factor normal vector. Okay. So what does happen when we do unclass? So it returns a number. Why does it return number? It's because no matter uh, what data type of labels are storing, it underneath store each data type using a number. So we are seeing no. Internally, the no represents certain number, let's say one or two, certain specifically discrete number. Okay, so when we are unclassing it, we are getting a vector of a number that were used to represent these categories, the label of these categories. Okay, fine. Now again, attribute. So what attribute this x will have? So x already we have discussed x have a label. Again, x will have length, and class, again, class is itself a factor. Okay, so it comes in the category of matrix, list, and factor. These are the class that are not atomic data type, but still these are written as a class of some object. Okay, so well, that's pretty much it about factor. And you can use uh, uh, kind of programming hands-on to realize this thing. So I have created a vector using the string hey hello hi. So no matter how many times or what in what order these things are written, basically it stores the factor in fact variable. When I print it, here you can see the output. It prints each and every string and then the labels as well. Okay, so that's the factor. So a factor would be this data type basically would be very useful when you are hugely dealing with classification problem when it comes to machine learning and all stuff. From my personal experience, it was I was using a classifier called SVM, and at the target variable, I forgot to declare the target variable as a factor, and I was confused that every time it gives me a written value, it was giving me a continuous value where I was looking for basically a classification problem. So I was expecting discrete or categorical value, but it was like we have to convert a, our target attribute into factor specifically so that a model could understand that it has to return a categorical output. It's not returning continuous output. So this is kind of the way we teach model that what kind of output that we want or we are looking for.